Hi, how are you today? I hope you are well. Let's take a few minutes here to have people coming in. Yes, I can see the people, they're all coming in. Thank you, thank you. Please let me know in the comments if you are here live, and all of you guys who will be listening to the replay, please tell me if you are in a replay, because you know what? At the end, I read all the comments. And if you have a question or if you say something and I have information to just help you go further or deeper in your reflection, I read every comment. So if you are in the replay, just say replay when you do watch this video and just ask your question. I read every comment. All right, now let's drop a yes in the chat box if you can hear me, please. Yes, of course, right? Otherwise, you would have not been able to say, yes, I'm here live. Great. So today, what I'm about to say might shock you or might annoy you even because it's not common. You are not broke. Even if you have $47 in your bank account, you're not broke because of money. You are broke because something you never seen. And the moment you see it, you won't be able to unseen it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever said, I know what I should be doing, but you don't do it? Type I. If that is exactly your situation, what you do, you know what needs to be done with money. You know what action you should take, but you don't take it. And every day, every time, you keep telling yourself, I will be doing better this time. I have a little bit excess money, so I will do better this time. But every time, something happens. Every time, there is a kind of a self sabotage that comes into your life. And you tell yourself, oh, well, life happened, you know. There's nothing we can do about it. Well, let me tell you something. It's not supposed to be like that because you see, it is not knowledge that keeps you broke. It is not the effort, the discipline, or the will that keeps you broke. It is something totally different. And sometimes it is something very small. For other, it is something that has many layers. But when I was young, you see, I'll explain it to you like this. When I was young, I was about 10 years old. I wanted this new pair of jeans that came on the market. You know, those kind of jeans, those blue jeans, you know, that they were washed, bleached a little bit, high raised, and tight, so tight that you had to lay down on the bed with a frock in the zipper and zip the zipper because they needed to be that tight on you. So I wanted those pair of jeans because every girl in my school and friends and everybody, all the girls, had those jeans. So I wanted to have those jeans. But it did not happen the way I wanted. You see, I remember very well to this day, and we are about 40 years later, I remember being told no by my mother. That is too expensive for us. I cannot buy those pair of jeans for you. So I didn't get them. But what stays with me wasn't the genes that I didn't get. Of course, it was there as well. But something happened to me without me knowing it, without me paying attention to it, because I didn't know it was happening. And what was happening was that in my mind, I felt the rejection. And I felt that wanting something meant it was probably always too much money. So unconsciously, in my mind, in my subconscious mind, that moment, I, without knowing it, I created a narrative in my subconscious mind that was related to the fact that when you want something that is expensive, you cannot have it. And we all know that many times in our life, we need to treat ourselves. We need to give ourselves some good time, some good things, some quality things. But for years and years, I avoided because of that narrative that I created when I was 10 years old. So without realizing it, that feeling followed me and it didn't even realize and came up to my mind before I was like 25, 30 years old. That's when I realized it. Well, that there was a narrative that was stopping me from getting better in my life, having a better financial wallet in my life. Every time I hit the ceiling, something happened to make me not go over that ceiling. And by doing some work and by working on myself, I figured it out. But I was one of those with many layers of narrative and belief. See, that feeling that you create at whatever age, because we all different and we all have a different narrative. So it could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be a teacher, it could be a friend, it could come from anybody in your life at any age. But at one point, something happened that affect you deeply, emotionally. And because of the emotional hurt that is there, you create a narrative that belongs or that is linked to the event and the feeling that you have experienced. And that narrative, 98% of the time, is not a positive narrative. It's like not a constructive narrative. It's a narrative that literally stops you from moving forward, from getting a better wallet, getting a better job, accepting a new offer, having the guts to change job, right? Because many times we would love to change our work situation, but we don't do it. Fear keeps us where we are. And you know what? That fear often does not come from the fact that you are a little bit scared to change the work. No. That fear comes from a belief that you created at a certain age. And well, I don't know the belief, right? I need to talk with people, and you need to, for yourself, reflect on yourself and figure out those belief, those narrative that were created. What was the situation? What was the story? What made you create a narrative that sabotage yourself from getting or living in abundance? Because that's all we want, right? We want to live in abundance. We want a have a beautiful job. We want to have and do something we love to do it. We want to be passionate about what we do in life. It's the best way to get up, right? Every morning to get up and jump into a passionate work and living in abundance without stress of how I'm going to pay the next bill. That's what we all want. Of course, with love and all of the rest, right? But usually, when we are capable to master our abundance and be able to live doing something that is passionate for us, the rest comes. Because we already are in a good situation. We already feel good about ourselves, about being someone that does a job that they love and having the ability to live in an abundant life. And that's what we want. But like I said, those feelings that we create, the narrative that we create when something happened when we were young, that allows us to sabotage the flow of abundance, the flow of money coming through us. And money comes through us by opportunities, right? I mean, of course, yes, some people win at the lottery, but it's not for everybody, right? There's only one ticket that wins. But life is not about lottery. Life is about doing something we love, living in abundance because we have opportunities, because we have the ability to grow and transform our life, transform who we are, to get more ability, more competence, and get better offer, better position, better post, better career abilities. That's how we can get into abundance. And I want to let you know that most people don't know and don't see the moment that created that memory, that layer of narrative that is sabotaging your abundance, your life, your ability to get better opportunities in your life. And believe me, it is extremely strong. And I want to tell you something. Every time in my life I wanted something, my system didn't ask to myself, can I have this? It asked, is this too much? Like before, like when my mother told me that I couldn't have those jeans because she could not afford it. Years after that, my question was not, can I have this every time I wanted to buy something? It was, is it too much? Just like before. And all of this happened in an invisible layer. And I reacted without even realizing it into decision that said most of the time, yeah, well, it's too much for you, girl. You cannot afford that. So you see, I allowed myself to have one narrative being or carrying me for years into different decisions about all kinds of things in my life, about my studying, about how I dressed, where I went, what I did, until I was able to figure it out. You see, when we do realize that there is a specific narrative within our subconscious mind that stops us and sabotage us constantly, we are able to do something about it because we all deserve to have better. And when we do change it, it's where everything else changes. So that's why I keep saying you don't have money problem. You have money reflex. And there is a reason for that. And it's because your brain is designed to automate behaviors. 95% of your daily action are automatic, not conscious decision, which means most of your money decisions are not actually decisions. They are programs running already predetermined and pre-structured from that narrative and belief that you structured many, many, many years ago. So, and it is stored through your subconscious mind. And it keeps repeating itself because it is stored through repetitive and emotional experience. Automatic reaction, just that. And invisible. And believe me, it's fast. You don't even see that it's happening. So here it is. The one thing keeping you broke is your subconscious money identity. Not what you say, not what you want, but what feels normal to you, to your subconscious mind. It's not at the conscious level. So you will never, ever be able to pinpoint it or see it or have a flash and say, oh, yes, that's why. Because it is invisible. It is a habit. It is an automatism. And it never, ever fail. It always comes back no matter what, no matter which angle you're trying to change things, that is there and it will always sabotage the angle you're trying to do or used. I want to ask you something. Say I in the chat box, and if what I say touch you, if it is something that you understand and say, yeah, I think it is me. I believe that that's what's happening in my life actually. Because we all want to go further. I never met anybody who says, me, no, I don't want any more in life. I'm happy the way I am, and that's it, that's all. Even multimillionaire wants more. And it's not because they are lacking of having money. Because it's not just about money, it's about how you go and work to create more for your life. Yes, abundance flow when you are all aligned, and it's great, and it's like applause, and it's like, wow, it shows me that I'm doing the right thing, and it's great. But it's not the only thing. We're not doing it to have money. We're doing it to give the best of who we are to the world, to the society, to whoever is around us, or of who the people surround us in our life. We want to be good to them. We want to be good for them and help and be there. And for all of those reasons, we need to have a certain amount of income, a certain amount of flow of money to be able to accomplish things. I mean, if I want to go on the street and start helping people that are living on the street, homeless people, I can't do it if my bank account is empty. How can I feed them if my bank account is empty? My heart is there to go and help them, but I don't have the income to help them. So I can follow into my desire, into my wanting to help. So money is a tool. It's something that we trade to give ourselves the ability to be a better person, not just to put a roof on our head and pay all our bills and eat, but the ability to grow, the ability to create more and better situation in our life and for others. Because 98% of the time, we desire to help others, right? We want to help people. It's within our DNA. It's within our human nature. Very, very, very seldom. Of course, there are people that exist like that, but it's very seldom that you will see someone falling down on the street and having nobody around that reacts to go help them. You see somebody falling on the street, you run, you cross the street, and you go help them, even if they're a complete stranger. So it is our nature, it's human nature to go give a hand to the one that is less fortunate, weaker, or whatever, right? He felt, he's not weak, he just felt. But we want to help them because we are in a stronger position. So we cross the street and we go help them. This is a free act of goodness. That's good. But then sometimes we need to help other people, or we want to help other people. And in order for us to do it, we need to have a pretty good cash flow. So money is a tool to get your life in a better position, to move forward, not just to put a roof on your head and pay all the bills. You want money also to help people around you. Maybe you want to go back to school. So, like I said, your subconscious mind behold a belief, sometimes many beliefs, because there's many layers. And that belief, those beliefs are attached and were created through an experience you had in the past, or many experience you had in the past, that create an emotional reaction. That emotional reaction is the reason why automatic feeling of I believe A, B, C, D, E instead of I believe abundance and will live in an abundant life and so on. So that feeling, an emotional event, made you create a narrative that is in your subconscious mind and that is right now, after so many years, something that we call familiar. It's familiar to your mind, to your subconscious mind. And our mind always goes with what is familiar to us. So if your narrative is that things are too expensive for you, that is what your subconscious will make you do and act and behave for the rest of your life with that belief that stops you from moving forward because you will always say, this is way too much for me. I cannot go help other because it's costs too much for me. I don't deserve it. Behind it's too much, it's like, I don't deserve it, right? And behind I don't deserve, it's like, hey, I'm not a good enough person. And behind of not good enough, you see what I mean? I mean, there's always something behind that creates something else. So that front belief, if I may say, sorry, has many other layers. And that is exactly where and why you are stuck. So let's do this right now, right here. Just a few seconds here. Sorry, I just came out of a bad cold. All right, so think for a minute. I want you to take a deep breath, right? Relax. I want you to think right away. If you have $100,000 coming into your hands tomorrow morning, how will you feel? And the first thing that comes into your mind, and please observe your body. Does your body have a reaction? What comes to your mind first? Are you suddenly stressed? Like, oh, do you feel a cramp somewhere? I'll give you a little bit of time, right? That is something you can do by yourself when you're quiet at home or anywhere, actually. Take a few deep breaths, 2, 3, 4 deep breaths, and ask any question that is related to money. And then observe your reaction, your mind reaction, your body reaction, your emotional reaction. And please trust what comes right away, because we don't want to overthink it. We want to have the spontaneous answer, a reaction that you will have. And from that, it tells you exactly how you can start working on that narrative that you want to change today, because today that narrative does not serve you anymore. It did serve you when you created, yes, right? Because when I created that narrative when I was 10 years old, I created to make me accept the fact that I will not have those genes. But it did much more than that without me knowing it. But I knew later on, that's when I found out that, hey, that does not serve me anymore. So there are narratives like this for you also that are the same as mine. It makes you feel pressure. It makes you feel stress. It gives you a cramp in the stomach, or your shoulder are twisting, or your cheek is twisting. There is always a reaction. And those reaction tells you that you have an inner belief in your subconscious mind that sabotage your life with the abundance and the flow of money going and being in your life. So just let me tell you something here. There is always many layers. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not like we find one substantial narrative belief and we change it and that's it, we're done. It's not going to happen like that. I'm sorry. I mean, we live with our emotions. When we are young, it's even stronger for us, emotion. So, and it's when we create all of those beliefs. So we have to pay attention not only to one narrative we created, one belief that we created, but there are many of them. But the beauty of it is that each one of them can be removed, can be transformed, can be transgressed into something more creative, into something more substantial that serve you, serve what you want to be and do and have today. But one layer at the time, they can be just disassembled, deconstruct. I keep saying to my client, let's deconstruct that narrative, that belief, and create new belief, new construct. And basically, that's why I'm here. I am an hypnotherapist. And yes, I do life coaching at the same time because I've always believed that both goes hand in hand together. Because you cannot just change your subconscious mind without changing who you are and your surrounding and your personal growth. And the opposite is the same. I mean, you can grow, you cannot do personal growth without changing the narrative in your subconscious mind. They go together. They go together. And that's why at this time in my life, I decided to do what I do. I do coach, yes, but I have the tool to give you the result that you want. You want to get rid of whatever sabotage your flow of money, your abundance. Let's work on the subconscious mind. And that's exactly what I'm doing to you right now, today. I invite you. I literally invite all of you, because if it is just like 5% of what I said is something that you think or believe, that is one of your situation, one of the thing that you are experiencing and living, then what I'm going to offer is for you. And please say I in the comment if whatever I explain about the subconscious and about personal development is what you are experiencing right now. Yes, 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 of course. Many of you are feeling and understanding what I'm saying. So please, let me invite you. If you are in the live right here, right now, just write live and I will DM you right away within the hour of the end of this video, and we will talk, and I will take the time to find one layer of your limiting belief about money, and I will give you the solution of how to transform it, transgress, and change it, that belief. And there's no trap in here, no selling, no promoting anything, just me wanting to serve you and help you and to teach you how you can work on yourself and find out all the other limiting belief that one can have. Because, like I said, we have many layers. But let me invite you for a one on one call where I help you discover one layer of your limiting belief about money, and I give you the resolution, the solution to transform and transgress it. And then you can apply it for all the others that exist and lived in your subconscious belief, in your subconscious mind. So, if you are live right now, please DM me live, and within the hour, I will reach out to you and will make an appointment to have this one on one conversation and having me helping you discover one limiting belief about money with the solutions. And if you are in the replay, please just type a replay, and I will, within 24 hours, reach out to you and give you the one on one conversation and allow one discovery of your limiting belief and give you the solution to it. So, just to summarize, what we've just did today is this simple. In your past life, when you were a kid, or even a teenager, or beginning of adulthood, you created story, narrative that are related to money, that became belief, and they are existing in your subconscious mind. And those all together are the reasons why, no matter what you do, no matter which angle you try to create new income and improve your income life, it never ever gets there. Whenever you have extra, something happened in life. And instead of saying, wow, what is it that I do to sabotage myself like that? Most of us turned around and said, oh, well, it's life. That's why we have a cushion, because things happen like that in life. Well, let me tell you, no, no, it's not because it's life. It's because there is a limiting belief or many limiting belief in your subconscious mind. And I am here to tell you that until you go and work and transform, transgress those limiting beliefs, it will keep happening over and over and over until the end of your life. Because the only solution to stop self sabotage is to work on the subconscious mind. It's to figure it out, find all those layers, transgress them, and imprint new belief. So they becomes the automatism into your life. And believe me, once you do that, there's nothing else to do because the outside world start to change automatically. So there again, I thank you for being here. Have a wonderful week. If you do want to get the one-on-one call, no cost, no trick, just a one-on-one call with me so that I can help you figure out one of your limiting belief with money and give you the solution, because that's the most important, to have the solutions of how to fix it. DM me live and I will within the hour reach out to you. And if you're on the replay, just DM me replay and I will reach out to you within 24 hours and we will get this one-on-one conversation. I'll figure out together. We will figure out which one is one of your limiting beliefs that stops you and sabotage your abundance. And I will give you the solution. So until then, dear guys, I love you. Take care of you. And please keep working on yourself because it is the solution to create a better life and to eventually work in our highest potential. Be, do, have who we always were meant to be. Bye for now. Let me end this live. Bye.